Chapter 2. The Weed of Crime. Shield Tri-Carrier, 2013. Day. It's been a week since the incident at the warehouse, and in the Tri-Carrier training room, Powerman, Iron Fist, and Nova are fighting a group of shield bots. However, they're not doing so well. They seem unable to keep their minds on the fight, making one mistake after another, and after 10 minutes of brutal beatings, the training session is brought to an end by Fury.
That's enough. Everyone, report to the briefing room.
A few minutes later, the three teen heroes are sitting at the table along with a very unhappy Fury.
That has got to be the most pathetic excuse of a training exercise I have ever seen.
Sorry, Fury.
You're sorry? If that had been under proper battle conditions, you'd all be dead.
It seems the chi of our team has been thrown out of balance.
Just shut up.
Hey man, chill.
Don't tell me to chill. I'm just sick of Mr. Confucius here and his special subject, the fucking obvious.
Keep talking, man, and I'll knock you to the moon.
I can survive in space, Nimrod.
Not when I'm done.
Enough!
The two arguing teens settle down and the trainees turn to Fury.
It's been a tough week, I know. It's not easy to lose a teammate and friend, but that's the reality of this world, and we have to live with it.
But Spiderman
is dead!
The young heroes just sit in silence as Fury exits the room, leaving Powerman, Iron Fist, and Nova with a lot to think about.
He's right. As painful as it is, we must grieve for Peter's death if we hope to move past it.
I'm not sure if I can.
You seem to be doing fine.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
We all saw you at school, the day after Peter. You were laughing and joking about like you usually do as if nothing had happened. Dude, our friend just... How did you get over it so quickly?
Get over it? Get over it? Luke, I haven't even started yet. I was joking around because... I don't know how to grieve for him. And what has Peter ever done for me? He held me back, he got on my nerves, and then he broke my heart.
That is how you feel. Then think about Ava.
Oh, God. You think she still blames me for what happened?
Oh, you think? After she caught you joking a few days ago, she smacked you so hard she must have thought you were Dr. Doom or something.
I thought she was gonna tear me apart, just like the Trapper the day before. I haven't seen her like this since that whole deal with Craven.
Coulson had to suspend her from the team until she comes to terms with her reality. She was the most disciplined of us, but the language she used on Coulson...
We should go see her. She hasn't left her room in days. We should let her know she still has friends here.
A wise idea.
Yeah.
The second after they agree, the guys make their way across the carrier towards its living quarters. Soon they're standing outside Ava's room. Nova hesitantly knocks on the door. There is no answer, so he knocks again with still no answer.
Ava, open up. Come on, don't do this.
We're all feeling over what happened, and that's why you should talk.
Soon they can hear footsteps approaching the door. It slides open to reveal Ava standing in her PJs, her hair in a complete mess, and looking as if she'd been crying for a long time. Just as Nova opens his mouth to say something, Ava extends her claws and in a couple of swift motions, slashes the three of them in their faces. She looks down at them as they roll around on the floor in pain before closing the door.
Alright, fine. Stay in there and rot. We're done. I hope Fury kicks you off the team.
Inside her room, Ava returns to her desk, sits down, and begins to look around her room. There are claw marks all over the walls and ceiling. Her bed is in shreds and her floor is littered with empty cartons of ice cream of every flavor. She turns to her computer and continues with what she was doing, going through all the photos of Peter on her Marvel Book profile page. She stops occasionally at some photos longer than others, the one of Peter falling out of his window during that snow day, some of when she was staying at Parker residence. But when she finds the one of him dressed up as a tulip when he was 6, she can't help but smile widely. She loves this photo most of all. After a while looking on Marvel Book, she begins to search for Spiderman on Google. For the most part, she only finds searches of him being regarded as a menace, and links to videos taken on mobiles of him crashing into buildings, with people laughing at him. But there has been no mention of his death or disappearance.
Is that all he gets? After everything he has done of the city.
She stops in mid-sentence while scrolling down the page. Ava notices a link right down on the bottom with the title, The Spider of New York, and out of curiosity, she clicks on it. The link takes her to an archive website containing a collection of old newspaper articles. She starts reading the article in front of her, and she soon finds herself captivated by what it says.
There have been many reports over the years regarding the strange and abnormal. Bogeymen, vampires, and even wolfmen. But nothing has been stranger than the stories coming out of the Big Apple itself. Eyewitnesses' accounts from many New Yorkers have reported sightings for a strange figure in black clothing and mask, climbing up the sides of buildings without any kind of support. It also appears this masked man has been attacking some of the major criminal players of the city. One eyewitness claims that during a mugging in which she was the potential victim, this spider dropped out of nowhere and ensured her attackers using some kind of webbing. The NYPD have of course denied the existence of such a being. However, the reports of known criminals being hanged upside down on lampposts cocooned in the spider's webbing has increased during the following weeks. With the city being well known to be under the thumb of organized crime and corrupted officials, maybe the city has a new savior in the form of this masked vigilante. Maybe the scum of New York should now sleep with one eye open or else be caught in the spider's ever-growing web. Peter?
She quickly scans down the page, hopefully trying to find the source of the article. It isn't long before she finds the reference tag at the very bottom of the page.
1936 edition. The Daily Sentinel.
Ava gets up, changes into her civil clothing in a hurry, and makes her way towards the door.
Could it really be?
Warehouse, 1936, night. After regaining consciousness and feeling nothing but sharp pains all over his body, Spider-Man sits up off the floor. Letting out a groan, he feels dizzy as he views his surroundings.
Hey guys, long time no see. I don't suppose any of you have any idea where I am? Last thing I remember I was fighting... Wait, am I dead?
Cutaway. Angel Spider-Man and Devil Spider-Man are standing over a freshly dug grave with a tombstone with the inscription, Spider-Man, dead but not forgotten.
He was taken long before his time.
Yeah, I think I'm off. I think Deadpool has a vacancy.
He takes out a traveling suitcase, puts on a hat, and disappears.
You coming?
Angel sighs and suddenly does the same thing. Cutaway ends.
Hey, come back! Wait a minute. I can't be dead. The writer wouldn't kill me off so soon, would he? Would you? You guys might not be able to tell, but he says he wouldn't. So if I'm not dead, then where am I? It kind of looks like the same warehouse, but it looks different. Brand new, untouched.
He gets up off the ground and nearly falls back down again. He is still weak from his fight with Goblin and feels the pain from his ribs starting to return. He begins to navigate his way through the warehouse. The place is stacked full of crates, piled up so high that it creates a maze-like labyrinth, causing him to get lost a few times.
Where's the exit around here? Wait, there's an open skylight.
He aims his web shooters and web zips up and out onto the roof.
Where are the guys? I can't believe they just... Dude, I don't... Is this... New York?
He looks out onto the city, an unfamiliar city. All the buildings around him look different. Not old and decrepit like before, but newish. And from their design, the whole area looks like it is from a different era.
Am I still in Jersey? Who turned off the color? This place makes Latveria look downright cheerful. Oh, please tell me Dr. Doom didn't take over the world while I was napping. Again.
Suddenly, his spider sense kicks in, followed by a loud bang.
Was that a gunshot?
Spider-Man jumps off the roof and begins to web sling down to a nearby alleyway. Still not fully recovered from his fight, Spidey's muscles are screaming out in pain. He's forced to land the side of a nearby building and crawl along its side, following the sound of the gunshot. While getting closer to a narrow alleyway, he begins to hear voices.
They must be coming around that corner.
He drops down and leans in against a wall, moving closer to its edge and peeking around.
Is he dead?
Ox, I just put a bullet for the muck's skull. He's not exactly gonna get up and start doing the salsa.
Yeah, stupid.
Hey,
Will you two mucks stop bumping gums already? Just dump the body in that dumpster there.
The two gangsters pick up the body and begin to drag it towards the dumpster just across from Spider-Man. He can't help but notice the clothes they are wearing. Trench coats and hats that make them look like 30s gangsters.
Are these guys for real?
While moving a little closer so he can hear better, he trips over a glass bottle.
What was that?
Just dump the copper or you'll be taking a rap for this one.
I still can't believe you just shot a copper, Dan.
How many times have I gotta explain this to you two mucks? The boss wants this whole area under close watch. If we see anyone coming near or out of that warehouse, we're supposed to give them a severe case of lead poisoning.
Ox and Montana lift up the lid of the dumpster and drop the body of the dead cop in it.
There we go. Hey, Dan, where'd you go?
Spider-Man peers out to see a bit more when suddenly...
Spidey sense.
whack! Something hard hits him on the back of the head and knocks him out cold.
Looks like we got ourselves a real stool pigeon, boys.
Wow, this guy looks toggled to the bricks.
You think he's packing heat?
In those pajamas? Use your head, you muck.
You want us to dump him with the other one?
Nah, I got a better idea. Bring the car around. We'll get this muck fitted for some concrete slippers.
Brooklyn Bridge, 1936, night. A car is being driven along the Brooklyn Bridge at night. The road lamps are barely providing any light through the light fog that has engulfed the bridge. The car begins to pull over, stopping halfway along the bridge. The doors open and Fancy Dan, Montana, and Ox get out. Fancy Dan walks across to the railing and peers over the side to look down onto the river far below.
Get him, Oz.
The huge, muscular gangster walks over to the car.
Montana. Okay, let's get this over with.
Montana opens the door and, with Ox's help, carries out an unconscious Spider-Man, his costume torn to shreds, barely holding together, and his feet encased in a block of cement.
Is it dry?
The cowboy gangster takes out a knife from his coat and runs it across the block.
It's perfect, Dan.
All right. Bring him to the rail, then we can scram.
They start dragging Spider-Man towards the rail. As they do so, there's a quiet groaning noise from Spider-Man.
Hey, I think he's waking up.
What?
Hold up.
They put Spider-Man down next to the railing and hold him up.
You got something to say? I'm all ears.
Spider-Man is in no condition to save himself. He is too weak from his battle with the Green Goblin. He is in immense pain, and his mind is fuzzy. But one image keeps going through his mind at that moment. The image of Ava hugging him that night. He thinks his mind is playing tricks on him because he swears he can smell her scent from when she hugged him.
Ava.
Aw, looks like someone's saying goodbye.
Sorry, pal. It looks like you picked the wrong alley to look down. Dump him.
Ox and Montana start to tip Spider-Man over the side.
I hate heavy lifting.
Clam it.
No.
Then suddenly, from out of the darkness, a cold, echoing, maniacal laughter shatters the silence.
What the Christ was that?
Who's there?
The laughter continues getting louder, but there's no one in sight. The bridge is deserted, except for Spider-Man and 3 terrified gangsters. Fancy Dan takes out his gun and walks into the middle of the road.
Show yourself, fella.
You murdered a policeman, Mr. Daniel Brittle.
Who said that? Dan? Who said that?
Shut up.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit.
I don't like this. This stinks. Let's get the hell out of here.
Shut your hole.
Fancy Dan begins spinning around frantically, looking everywhere for the source of the voice.
Did you think you could get away with it?
I can't see squat.
Did you think I wouldn't know?
Fancy Dan can swear that is whispered to him right in his ear. The voice begins to laugh loudly yet again, so Dan starts firing his gun in every direction, into the mist that is beginning to surround them, the laughter never ceasing for a single moment and getting louder and louder. When he runs out of bullets, Dan runs over to the car, opens the trunk, and gets out a Tommy gun, and begins to open fire wildly in every direction, firing along down the footpath, over the side of the bridge, and finally at the car itself, unaware that the other two men had taken cover behind it to avoid his frantic shooting spree, while Spider-Man falls to one side without their support. The laughing has already stopped. Dan has at last run out of ammo. All is silent again.
Is that all you got, you muck? Got nothing to say now, huh?
Dan? I think you got him.
You're damn right.
All of a sudden, Fancy Dan feels like there is a presence behind him. He turns to see no one there, then whack! Something punches him so hard, it knocks him to the ground. He staggers back up.
You committed murder, Mr. Brito. Now you're going to pay for it.
Like hell I will.
Something grabs Fancy Dan by the collar, drags him to the railings, and picks him up off the ground. He's held like this, hovering just off the ground before being flung over to the other side of the road.
You will, because I ensure that crime is always paid, but not the way you think.
Both Montana and Ox draw their pistols and run over towards Fancy Dan. However, Montana feels something punch him in the gut and throw him to the ground. Ox starts shooting in random directions, but something pulls his gun out of his hand, and he watches as his own gun seems to levitate on its own and trembles in fear as its barrel is pointed right up against his face.
Vermin like you spread nothing but discord, pain, and death in your miserable existence.
Before Ox can do anything else, his gun swings round and pistol whips him in the face, knocking him to the ground. Meanwhile, Fancy Dan staggers to his feet.
You don't scare me, you son of a...
Whack! Something punched him again, and again, and again, laughing as this happens. Suddenly, Fancy Dan is lifted off his feet, thrown over the side of the bridge, and is being dangled upside down over its side, with something holding onto one of his feet.
You will return to your master and inform him that I know about him and his days are numbered. Tell him that for every crime he has committed and every innocent that he has hurt in this city, I'll be there.
Fancy Dan can feel the invisible presence loosening its grip as if to drop him.
I'll be there, around every corner and in every room, as inevitable as his guilty conduct.
All right. I'll confess. I confess I'll do it. Oh my God. Please, I don't want to die.
At that moment, he is flung up and over, screaming and landing straight through the front windscreen of the bullet-ridden car with a loud smash. The other two gangsters find themselves back up on their feet, but are too petrified to move up. They look over to Dan, then suddenly start to hear the maniacal laughter again, and that's when they also notice a shadow across the car that didn't belong to anybody. They watch the shadow grow and take shape, and very slowly, their tormentor is revealed to them. A lone figure, he is wearing a huge red-lined black cloak, a long red mouth and chin scarf, a black double-breasted trench coat, and a wide-brimmed black slouch hat. But the most distinct feature is his eyes. Eyes that look like they can pierce into your very soul. At least that's what the gangsters thought, so much so that they just look at each other and then flee. The figure begins to move towards Spider-Man, lying down on the footpath, stopping just in front of him. Still weak, Spider-Man raises his head to see the figure's silhouette, just as he flings open his cape to reveal a pair of custom Browning .45 caliber semi-automatic pistols in holsters strapped to each side of his body. In one swift movement, he takes them out and points them at Spider-Man.
Huh?
The figure slowly aims his guns downwards on Spider-Man.
Wait!
Against his better judgment, Spider-Man closes his eyes in anticipation of the gunshots that soon come. The mysterious man unleashes a barrage of gunfire that nearly deafens Spider. He realizes he's still not dead, and he opens his eyes and looks down to see that the cement block that encased his feet is now in pieces. He looks back up the lone figure as he holsters his weapons, then leans down, offering Spider-Man his hand. As Spider-Man gets to his feet, from out of the mist, a car appears and stops just in front of them. While being helped into the car, Spider-Man notices that it's a New York taxi.
Drive.
He, doesn't look so good, boss.
He needs medical attention. To the sanctum.
The taxi drives off down the bridge and towards the city.
So, boss, this guy belongs to you now?
Not exactly. I have to question Mr. Parker here about recent events.
Though barely able to keep conscious, Spider-Man's eyes are wide with surprise.
Right, boss.
How do you know who I am?
The dark-cloaked man starts laughing his maniacal laugh, then turns to face Spider-Man.
The Shadow knows.
As the cab speeds off into the night, the Shadow's laughter can still be heard.